Hi, Easy. How you doing? I your package got picked up. I think it was yesterday. It's all kind of running together for me, but you should have it in a couple days. Lots of good stuff in there.
Much to learn, you still have.
Yeah, I've been having to spend more time on working on my stuff lately than I want to. I'd much rather be reading comics. All right, I'm just gonna start talking. I know you're the only one here, but if somebody's watching this later, they're gonna want to know what's going on. So, welcome, guys. This is my second live stream. I'm Rob from Cheap Comic Collector, and uh, this is to celebrate our 200th subscriber. I think we're up to like 204, 205 right now. Um, the and just so you know, there are no giveaways tonight. But we're in the middle, and the reason for that is because we're in the middle of an ongoing giveaway program. Uh, and if you want to check that out, just get in on that. Watch some videos of the recent videos so you can see what's going on, and send me your address. You have to send me your address so I know where to send the books that you win, and you will win books. So get in on that if you're watching this later. And I am going to pull up the website because the auctions are going to go live at 7 that we're going to watch tonight. Yeah, so retirement 2029, you only got, 6 more years to go? Well, that's not too bad. I'm probably never going to be able to retire, so I started out so poor. I, I, I'm just now starting to have some savings. I'll be able to save up some stuff now that I have the mortgage paid off. But yeah, I don't know if I'll ever be able to retire or not. Luckily, because I have my own business, I don't necessarily have to. So we'll see how it goes, I guess, in the future. But let me go ahead and pull up this other site. Yeah, it's on Hip Auctions. We'll see what happens here. Share screen.
Set aside my lifesaver and keep through the forest. I will.
Alrighty. There it is. You guys can see that. All right. Yeah, it says I'm bidding on 62 items and I've already been outbid on 12, which is actually pretty good. I'm going to go over here to auction events. And I'm actually bidding on this first one, Anthony's Comic Book Art Marvel Auction. So we're going to go to bid now. And what this does is it just shows up the auctions one at a time. If you go down here, you can see the ones that are coming up. I've already bid on everything that I'm going to bid on, I think, unless I get outbid on some issues they have multiples of. So I may outbid. If I get outbid on an issue, I may grab one that's if nobody's bidding on it. But for the most part, we're just going to sit back and watch. So let me jump back over to StreamYard to see what's going on.
Much to learn, you still have.
It's fun being in business for yourself. I was, it took a while it took maybe about 10 years before I was making enough money where I felt comfortable with it. And probably, but I didn't have any choice because, of taking care of my mom. So, hey, Jason, thanks for joining in. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. Dude. So yeah, it wasn't actually until last year that my business was actually making enough where I felt comfortable, where I'm like, okay, now I'm good. So but yeah, that'd be great if you can just like start a business after you retire. So you still got something going on. I know so many people that have retired and then they can't get a job and they don't know what to do with themselves, and it's kind of sad, really, because they've been active all their life. And it's hard for them to just stop. They think that's what they want to do, but then after several months of just not doing anything, they get really bored. So hey, Jason, yeah, well, we're over on Hip Comics right now. We're just waiting for the auctions to kick in. That's what you're seeing on your screen there. It's should kick in at 7, and these go pretty quick. So there's only like maybe 10-15 seconds in between each issue as it comes up. So it's all Marvel Comics tonight on this auction. I bid on this from the same company last Wednesday, and they had DC Comics, all DC Comics, and I ended up winning almost a full short box. I had originally bid on like 184 comics with them. You have to bid on each individual issue. I mean, it starts like, they listed them all like a week ago. So you can put in a bid, you can put in your maximum bid, and then if somebody else bids and it's lower than your maximum bid, you still win it. It increments bids for you if you put in your maximum amount. Now, because I'm cheap and I'm just trying to snag comics for nothing, so the minimum bids on all of this stuff is $1. The shipping that this guy has is $7, no matter how much you win on this particular auction. On the DC Comics one, it was $11, but I don't think he has as many auctions going on this one. So it varies from seller to seller. It's completely different. You got to check each seller each time. But this is all one seller tonight. So anything that I win tonight, it's $7 to ship, regardless of how many I win. So, like I said, it's all Marvel. So there's a good chance I'm going to get outbid on a lot because Marvels usually go higher. Yeah, it does look like there's not a whole lot of bidders. Usually, this is a newer guy that I think that's putting these up, and there's a couple of, I think that's why his shipping is so low, because he's trying to attract, bidders and business. And then but also he has such a short time in between issues that I think sometimes that can work against him. It's good for you sometimes if you're paying attention, because if somebody else gets distracted, it's going so quick. Or if you're trying to look ahead and bid on stuff because you're here live and you haven't previously bid, you'll miss stuff because it's going so fast. So it's interesting. Yeah, I'm actually having that problem right now. I don't know if that's the guy you're talking about. In fact, I just put a claim in with PayPal last night. I bought I bought 615 comics from a guy, and after a month, he still hadn't shipped anything. And he's given me, oh yeah, I mean, I realized it was a bunch of comics, so I was giving him some time, but I think I just overwhelmed him because he's got good feedback and stuff. But if I scroll down, you can see where they're starting. Jason, this is that's weird. It doesn't show up with the first issue as the first item. That's weird. So you can see them all counting down. and then it just scrolls on. There's actually 383 different issues in this auction. I'm bidding on like 60, 62 of them, something like that. I'll probably get out a bid on quite a few of them, but you never know. I mean, when I did the DC auction last week, I bid on like 184 different issues, and by the time the auction actually happened, I had already been outbid down to like only like 80 issues or something like that. But then I did end up getting most of them. But for that one, I was really willing to go a little bit higher. I went to $2 on some of them because they had a lot of older books. And on this one, they're not quite as old. That's why I've anything later than 70s, I'm probably not bidding on, except for certain cases. Hey, Ranger, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for loving the channel. I'm amazed at how many people are getting a kick out of watching me. They don't. I think it's just crazy. It's all you guys, man. I would have never gotten to 200 subscribers this fast without your guys' help. People doing shout outs and people hitting like and commenting. All your guys' comments that drives the algorithm, so that helps a lot. And it's just I'm having the time of my life doing this. This is so much fun. And Yoda's distracting me, so I'm going to turn him off. Hold on. There we go. So there are no giveaways tonight, just so you guys know. I know last live stream we did a whole bunch of giveaways. That was our first ones. But because we're doing the ongoing giveaway thing, I'm not giving away anything tonight. It's getting confusing. And I think it's the video that drops tomorrow. You'll see that I'm actually making some changes to the giveaway, the current giveaway program, because the logistics of recording it a week earlier and then it going live and then waiting for people to claim books but meanwhile trying to plan out future videos is just, it ended up not being fun. So so I'm making a couple changes to it. You'll see those tomorrow in tomorrow's video. I'm getting them all from the same place, basically. Most of them are coming from Hip Comics. So all those boxes come from Hip Comics. Although I got one in today I wasn't real happy with. It was the first one I've really been disappointed with. It was mostly more modern books. It was from around, you'll see them in a future video, but it's from around 2007, 2009, the books are from. And usually when I get books in those boxes in that age, they're almost in mint condition, and these were pretty beat up. Some of them have water damage and are wrinkled, and it looks like at some point they got smashed at the top, some of them, and it's just not as good a quality as I've been used to getting. I mean, for what I paid for them, I think I paid 34 cents each, so it's not a big deal. But that's, like I said, if when you're buying comics for $5, $10, $15, $100 a piece, then condition's a big deal. But when you're buying them for less than $1, who cares? If it's messed up, it's messed up. It's only $1. You move on. It's so, and most of the time they're not messed up. Most of the time they're good. So. Yeah, I guess it's 200 is fast. The auctions are going on here. Let me change to the other page. So I'm not going to be able to see your comments while I'm looking at these auctions. So I'm going to jump back and forth a little bit. Oh, wow, that went fast. See, it's only like 17, 16 seconds in between auctions. So I didn't bid on these Avengers because I already have that issue. And there's a few Deadpools that I bid on in here. I didn't bid on a whole lot of them because I didn't bid on much modern stuff. Just going to scroll down and see what's coming up. I know I bid on some Daredevils, quite a few Daredevils. There's a lot of Daredevil and a lot of Deadpool in this auction. So if it's an older book, like prior to 1980, I'd probably bid on it if I didn't already have it. So this is one. It says I'm winning. Yay. So these are interesting because this is 2 comics for a buck. So this is how I get it under. I try to get it under $1 an issue, because even though everything has $1 starting bid, there's multiple auctions like that where he has like packs of 2, 3, 4 books, and those start at $1 too. And generally, nobody bids on those for some reason. So I grab them if they're ones I don't have, or if there's a couple issues in there that I need, and that brings the price per book down. Because if I can get 7 of them, if I can get 7 extra books, it covers the cost of the shipping. And honestly, if you were to do this live, you wouldn't even have time to read the description to see what's wrong with it. To see. I mean, it says up in the title what they graded it at. This one says it's a 6.0. But so this one I got outbid on 129. I'm just gonna write that down because I think there's more of that issue in here. So I got outbid on that one too, 135. Like I said, come watch me get outbid. All right, this Burlington guy's starting to tick me off. Hopefully you want that. The next issue is the same as that one, so hopefully I can grab the next one. Now, see, now I'm going to go higher because he made me mad. Because he bid on the same issue twice for even though it's the same copy. That means he's a dealer and he could care less about the comics. So I still didn't win, but I at least drove his price up a little bit. Oh, I did win. No, I didn't. That was for the other one. Okay. So yeah, I ran into that last time. And I started bidding up the guy that was bidding against me because he was just, they're being a jerk about it. If there's like 2 or 3 issues of the same issue, bid on one. Don't bid on all of them. But that's just me. They got just as much right to bid on stuff as anybody else does. So. Oh, it looks like they might let me have this one. Nope, there he is. So even though I know I might not win, I still try to bid their price up if they make me mad like that, because I'm just vindictive, I guess. So I won another one, but I had to pay $1.50 for it. But that's once I win one, I don't want to have to pay $7 for shipping just for one issue. So what do you do? What do you do? There he is, outbidding me again. I'll go higher. I got to win something since I won the first one. Although I might win more sets, that would probably cover it anyway. And when I should mention too that, because I just come in and try to get the stuff cheap as I can. If somebody else is has already bid on something, I don't put in a bid to up their bid. I just I bid on stuff nobody's bidding on, and then hopefully I get it. But then, people like this, whoever CPS Burlington is, they're just going in and they're bidding basically on everything because they're a dealer, because they're bidding on multiple copies of the same issue. They wouldn't do that if they weren't a dealer. So. Hey, where'd you get that? Thanks for joining in. We're just watching me get outbid on auctions. Although I did win 2 so far. So one of the things too on when you're doing this that kind of sucks. Sometimes it'll tell you won an auction when you didn't. I don't know if we'll see that tonight or not, because I'm not really actively bidding right now. I'm just waiting to see what happens. But I've had times when, in fact, last week I was bidding on a box auction and it told me I won, and then when I went to pay for it, I couldn't find it. And when I went back, it said I didn't win. So there's something in the software where it's like some kind of glitch where it'll tell you won if the countdown's going down. But if somebody snipes bids you at the very last second and they win it instead, it still tells you won it first, which to me is really strange. And it's frustrating because you think you won something and then you didn't. I haven't done enough of the live auctions like this to see on the box lots where, I see a lot of the same people in there. So it's probably dealers. It's probably a lot of eBay sellers and whatnot sellers that are trying to flip issues because you can get them so cheap in those box lots. And the boxes have some of them has gone crazy high lately where I haven't been able to pick them up as much as I have been. What issue is that? That's up to $15. 109. So yes, you got a bidding war going on for that one. But I see some of the same bidders there. But these kind of auctions, I haven't done enough of these yet to really tell if it's the same people or not. There's a whole bunch of different auctions going on, Jason. There's actually, if you don't mind spending a little bit more than $1 like me, there's one starting tonight at 9 that's got a lot of really nice older stuff in it. It looks like, I can't swear to the conditions, but I love the books that are there, but they're all, they're already have bids on them that are over $1. So, I can watch and drool, but I I don't bid on them because I gotta try and limit myself when I'm trying to buy everything. So there's yeah, if you go to the website and just check out the tab in the right corner, there's like, it says like feature auctions or something like that, and there's a whole bunch of them. There's usually a couple a night. um be careful of the hip comics auction though, because it's all different sellers, and I got trapped by that once where I bid on like maybe 10 different issues and then suddenly realized that these were all different sellers and I was going to have to pay shipping on every single, seller instead of just one shipping for the entire purchase. So I haven't been back to those auctions since. Well, the way I look at it, everything ends up in the dollar bin eventually. you know, I mean, I look how many like death metal books, that were selling for $10-$20 just a year ago, and I picked them up in these box lots for less than a buck, 50 cents, 40 cents. So yeah, don't buy into the hype. Just wait for the right opportunity. I'm still only at 2 wins. Gotta get more stuff here to make the shipping worthwhile. That's what wives usually do, but that's what wills are for. Yeah, sometimes I wish there was a way to like message the other bidders and stuff. Hi, Andrew. Hey, Lewis. Thanks for joining in. I've got your books all boxed up and ready to go, but they probably won't hit the mail till Saturday. Or actually, I still got to make the shipping labels, so I won't have time to do the shipping labels until Saturday. So they probably won't hit the mail, and they won't get picked up till Monday. But after that, they should be on their way to you. All right. See if this guy. Oh, the guy's not bidding on the more modern books. So I might be able to pick up some more modern books and make the shipping worthwhile since I already have a couple issues. See, I already have that one. What's coming up? This one. Oh, changed on me. That one. Bid on that one. And it does this sometimes too, where it won't let me bid, and I got to reboot. I hate that. So frustrating. So it's gonna reboot here in a second. Come back right back up again. There it is. So yeah, I'm gonna bid on that one. Oh, it still won't let me bid on it. Oh, that sucks. Huh. That's why nobody's bidding on them, because it won't let you. There was some like that in the last auction too, on last Wednesday when I did the DC Comics one. That's why they're not being bid on. They didn't set them up right or something. Hmm. I didn't know what these were. If anybody knows what these are, it says it's a mini Masterworks collector's pack. So it looks like it's maybe a card set. Somebody beat me to it. It's the Adventurous Joe. Hey, buddy. Thank you for being here. And Brian, thank you. I did get your email. And no, I'm thinking of somebody else. I'm sorry. I did get an email from you, though, I think. Maybe I just recognized your name from subscribing recently. No, you sent me a 10 list. I knew that. All right. This is only my second time live, Brian, so it's no big deal. I'm up to 4 auction wins, so I won something when I wasn't looking. I could always bid on a bunch of Deadpool books. I don't have very many Deadpool books. I'm not that into them, but it would help me make the shipping worthwhile if nobody else is bidding on them. We'll see. That Burlington guy's going after the Deadpools. Oh, great. Maybe he just wants the variants, though. Although I think most of them are variants. Looks like Deadpool's still pretty popular. $5, $6 bids on stuff. Yeah, I was debating whether or not I should do this tonight, do this auction tonight. But I did pretty well on the DC one last Wednesday. But I knew there was a good chance on Marvel stuff I'd get outbid. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, 200 subscribers is amazing. All I do is sit here and show comic books. it's the comics are the star of the show. So, wouldn't be there without you guys watching, and your comments help a lot. To drives the algorithm and lets more people find it. And yeah, I've discovered so many channels that I didn't know exist once I started this one, because once I started this one, then YouTube started, suggesting all these different channels that they never suggested before to me, even though I was watching some comic book channels. I'd never heard of Higgy Pop. I've never heard of Psychotronic. I'd never heard of any of these guys, but I was going to like the auctions, Mint Hunter and those guys, and I was watching auctions, but they never sent me these kind of channels. So, yeah, I'm real happy with doing this. It's a lot of fun. Nope, they're doing it well. I don't know if he has any scheduled right now. It's all Marvel stuff. Tonight. The one that starts at 9 that I mentioned earlier, it's got a lot of older independent stuff. It'll have Charlton stuff and stuff like that in it. There's a lot of good books in that auction. I wish nobody was paying any attention to it, and they were really cheap. But they're a little bit with shipping. They're just a little bit more than what I want to pay for stuff. I made that dollar rule, and I'm doing my best to stick to it. So don't always make it, but I try. And there's so many books out there. I wonder how many actual individual issues of comic books there have been made in North America. There must be millions. I know I've got thousands right here. So the shops that are near me do not do cheap comics generally. They're it's hard for me to get to them because of my mom, because she has to go anywhere that I go, so she just ends up sitting in the truck while I'm going through boxes of comics, which is not really good. But she puts up with it every once in a while, and but the ones that are closest to me, I actually have arcade games in one in Orlando, but they don't have cheap comics. They don't do 50 cents or dollar bins. The Coliseum Comics has a chain in Florida that they do a warehouse sale every Saturday. They started doing it a little while back, and I haven't made it over there. I was gonna once I decided I was gonna try and make it over there, then I found that Comics Den garage sale and ended up going to that instead. And because the other one's every Saturday, so eventually I'll make it there. But for the most part, the comic shops don't do the ones that I have arcade games in. I actually asked the owner a couple weeks ago, if they ever did dollar books, and they said that they used to when they were in the bigger space. They used to, but now they just don't really have room for it. And they said that basically you'd have people come in and sit there for hours on end going through all the books, and then they'd only buy like $10 worth or something like that. And I don't know. I mean, I figure it's $10 you weren't going to make otherwise, but that was what they said. And I basically told them, well, if you got a whole bunch of junk, sitting in your warehouse, let me know, because I'll come take a look and see what we can do. But haven't seen them since then, so I don't know if anything will come from that or not. Yeah, there are places in town that do have dollar bins. Because I'm in Orlando. Yeah, I'm in the Orlando area, and but they're a little bit off my beaten path, and I've just never, like, because of my mom, I've just never made it over there and run over there. It's something that I would have to make a specific trip, and I don't really know what's there or what it's like, so I just end up not doing it. And I've really been lucky finding those boxes online that I get off of here on Hip Comics. Although that's getting a little bit harder. The prices have been getting bid up more as more people have discovered them, which, might be partly my fault because of this channel. I don't know. And but also, the more I buy, the less I find that I want to buy, because I'll, when you're doing the box, it shows you a picture of everything that's in the box that you kind of scan through and get an idea, but you can't tell the individual numbers, issue numbers. So you have to kind of look and see, well, do I have how many, if there's a run All-Star Squadron in there, how many All-Star Squadron books do I have? Most of them are probably ones I maybe already have. So I end up not getting that box because it would bring the price up so much. And since I don't have an outlet to really get rid of the extras other than giving them to you guys, although I did come up with an idea the other day that maybe if the Comics Den keeps doing their garage sales, I might be able to work a deal with them where I bring my doubles in and trade them like 2 for 1 or something. That way they get more books and I get, something for all the doubles that I'm piling up. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Like, once this current giveaway gets done, I kind of want to set up a trade page and see what can happen with that, or we can just trade books with each other. Cody, have you sent me a 10 list for the giveaway? I know the other day you commented that you almost won, but I don't think I have a list from you. Can't swear to it, but I don't remember seeing one from you. It's all Marvel books, so I don't know if there's going to be any Doctor Who. I don't remember if there was any Dreadstar or not. I know he had just a huge amount of Daredevil and Deadpool to get through before he got to other stuff. The majority of the auction was all those. All right, I'm going to see if I can grab some of these Deadpools that nobody's bidding on, since I got to pay for shipping anyway. And it's doing that thing where it won't let me bid again. Let me try to reboot. Maybe that's why they don't have any bids, because that was a pretty cool looking book. There's another one of those packages where this one's 3 books. And while none of those books have that great of appeal to me, I went ahead and bid on it because I don't have any of them. and if I can get them for $1, it takes care of the, it makes the shipping kind of pay for itself. So I haven't seen that guy that was outbidding me on everything lately. I think maybe your psychic powers chased him away easy. Yeah, Cody, the books are shown in, what was it? It was the 100th episode. Yeah, that's why we were doing it. If you watch the 100th episode, it shows all the books that you can choose from. Um, a lot of them have been, chosen already, so you might want to choose like some alternates, maybe like up to 20, or just list everything that you want from the show, and I'll, when your turn comes up, I'll just I'll just grab 10 out of the list. If not, I'll just grab other ones because I know you're watching. The people that that haven't been participating, they're just going to get like 2 books when their name comes up. So I want to make sure that you guys get the good stuff. So, and you can email it to me, or you can just post a list on one of the comments. I'll get it either way. The people have been doing both. Oh, he's back. He bid on that one. There must have been some books he didn't want. Let's see. I don't think I have that one. I don't have very much Deadpool, so yeah. According to my list, according to my list, I don't have any, except for the one I got in today. Huh. I thought I had a couple Deadpool and Cables, but maybe not. Maybe that was before. When you look at so many books and you look at so many auctions, it's hard to remember what you got. See, I know I had some Circle Chases. I must have, maybe I sold them when I was selling them at my friend's shop. Let's say I'm up to 11 wins. That's not too bad considering. Still have 250 comics to go before this auction ends. I should email this guy and tell him, hey, you know, some of your auctions can't be bid on. He probably doesn't even know he's doing it. Honestly, I don't think I've gone above $2. The on the auction last Wednesday that I did for DC Comics, it was just like this one from the same seller, except it was DC Comics instead of Marvel. And I put in like 184 different bids at $1, and then but if it's an older book from like the 50s, 60s, I'll go up to $2. So quite a few of those I jumped up a little bit on. I just got them in yesterday, and for the most part, they're in pretty good shape. And they came in, they just barely squeaked in at $1 with shipping and everything. They came in at like $1, averaging it out because I bought lots. They had lots like for 3 sets or 4 issues, and I bought a bunch of those to even the price out. So I got them individually. They did come in at like just barely $1. It was like $0.001. So let me go back. That's the one I wanted. Let me see if I can get it now. Nope, still won't let you bid on that. Oh, well. But generally, I limit myself to get $1 an issue. Try to get them for less. But pretty much to me, any comic's worth $1. You know, it wasn't until I started doing this and I started finding all these ones for 50 cents and 40 cents and 30 cents that I realized that some you can get really, really cheap. And but I'll go up to $2. You know, I mean, if it's something really old that I really want, I'll go higher than that. But those kind of books generally, yeah, they're way out of my price range. They'll go up to $20 or whatever. So, you know, but overall, I don't really limit myself on, like, if I say I don't want to spend over 100, I don't want to spend over 200. I pretty much don't do that. So far, I haven't had to do that. Yeah, that's probably coming eventually, but so far so good. So yeah, I think there were a bunch of Fantastic Fours in here. That was the other ones that I was excited about. But if I got outbid on Daredevil, there's a good chance I'll be outbid on Fantastic Fours. So, that's a number 1. Let's grab it. It will not let me grab it. Come on. All the ones that don't have bids, they won't let you bid on. I tried changing my screen name on here to Cheap Comic Collector, but it won't let me. I think I have to open up a new account in order to do that. I don't know that there's any huge runs that I'm very close to completing. I do need another, I think Amethyst 12, because I want to give the set to my niece. I have the full set except for the last issue. So, but what I'll probably do is end up taking my last issue and giving that to her, and then someday I'll just find another one. Other than that, let me I've got my list right here. Let me take a look. I've been kind of working on Action Comics a lot lately. I grab those when I see them. Anything that starts with the letter A, really, just because I like everything. And I was like, well, I got to start somewhere. Let's start with A titles. So that's why I do the A's. I know there's one or two out there that the smaller series that I only need one or two issues. But honestly, off the top of my head, I can't name any of them. I did just recently pick up Crisis on Infinite Earths 1 and 2 in two different sales. I found two at the Comics 10 garage sale, and then I got the one in a lot, I think, in an auction lot that I won. So that was pretty cool getting those for less than $1. I didn't think I'd ever find those again for less than $1. Oh, let me bid on that one. Yay. Got Punisher in it. Yeah, so this is probably like my third one of these that I've done this way. And this is generally what happens is I start getting outbid on stuff, and then I start getting stuff just to get it because it's within my dollar price range, and I got to do something to make the shipping worthwhile. Jason, are you bidding on anything? I mean, I know you're looking ahead, so you must have it pulled up on a separate web on your own website. Let me know if you're bidding on anything, so I'm not driving your price up. Yeah, there's some cool stuff on that 9 p.m. auction. I'm tempted, but I'm sticking to my guns. And a lot of times, all you end up doing is driving the price up for somebody else. So, All right. Well, I'm up to 25 wins, so I guess it's going to be worthwhile. See that Burlington guy's still hanging out, but he's not bidding on everything in sight anymore. Yeah, and it makes it worthwhile. Otherwise, I end up paying, shipping for only 2 books or something. Hopefully, I'll get some Fantastic Fours when we get to them here, but this I figured. Although I don't see a lot of Deadpools, I don't run across a lot of Deadpools in the bins and the sales that I've been to. So maybe they don't show up in the cheap bins. I don't know. I know it's a popular character, but I just figured with the more modern stuff, you have a better chance of getting it a lot cheaper than $1. But to make it worthwhile, I had to go ahead and do it. Looks like this guy's got some trade paperbacks too in here that aren't getting bid on for $1. That's a good price for a trade, but I don't collect trades. I just collect the comics. So, but it could be that it's one of those things where it's not letting you bid on it too. I don't know. There's a trade paperback there too. It's only $1. I'm gonna bid on it and see if it goes through. Yeah, it did. So the other people in here must not be trade paperback fans either, because a trade for $1 is pretty dang cheap. Oh, we're finally through Deadpools. Yay. Got past Exiles. Fantastic Four's coming up. I got outbid. I got outbid on this one, but I think I already had 2 of those issues anyway, and I was just bidding on the $1 for the other issues, so that's not too bad. Although I do want to get some of those multiple packs to try and keep the price down at the shipping, so it covers the shipping costs. And I already had that one, but somebody's bidding on it anyway. And this one will help a lot. This is 6 issues for $1, or no, 5 issues. I don't know. It says 6-piece, but then it says number 1 through 5. Maybe there's something else in there, but I got it. So yay, that'll cover almost the entire shipping cost right there. So I don't have to worry about covering the shipping costs anymore. I can just kind of relax, and what I get, I get. Awesome. So this was an amazing price. I actually thought about going to $5 for that annual, because that's a pretty classic annual. Somebody got it for $3.55. Man, it was in a little poor condition though. But for somebody like me, condition's not a problem. But trying to stay in that dollar rule is hard sometimes. Yeah, that's like I said. I think a lot of these, when I see a new seller come on, I'll always check them out because they usually have better shipping, and it's either because they haven't realized yet how much the shipping costs, or either that, or they're just trying to drum up business. Because that's shipping will kills a lot of it. Anyway, I started telling that story. I can relax a little bit now and just watch the auctions. So I started telling that story about the bad seller. I bought 615 comics from him. After a month, after a couple inquiries, after a month, he said he had a bunch of boxes ready to go. He was trying to figure out how to ship that many comics, blah, 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 blah. And he had a really good sale. He had a half price sale. Everything was 50 cents. I ended up ordering 615 comics. You got free shipping if you ordered over 150. So I put in an order for like 400 and something. And then the next day, I stayed up all night figuring out the order. And then because it said it was for a limited time, but then it kept going. I think it's still going, actually. And so the next day, I realized how many books I had ordered and that it was going to kill him on shipping. It was probably going to cost him more for shipping than what I had paid. So I went back and I placed another order for like $1 and $2 books because I knew I'd still get them. If there were ones I wanted, and they'd still get them under $1 when I added it all up. And but that way he could, I thought he was going to at least make a little bit of money off of me. And then he didn't ship, and he didn't ship, and he didn't ship, and he kept telling me, "Oh yeah, I got them here ready to go. They're going to ship tomorrow," and nothing would ship. And he finally, I asked him for a refund. I said, look, if you're not, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I got them, they're ready to go. I got several, boxes ready to go." And I was like, "Okay, well, I just need to see something ship." And so he's, he's like, "Oh, you'll see it tomorrow." And then I didn't see it for 3 days, but it finally showed up, and I got a shipping notice. And then a couple days later, it shows up. I get home, the box is on the stoop, and it's just a medium-sized post office box. It's got 40 comics in it out of 615 that I ordered from the guy. And so, I've been waiting to see if any more books showed up. I waited a week, and then last night I notified PayPal as what was going on. I sent them the list of the conversations from the Hip Comics website where he's just putting me off. And so they're looking into it. They said they're going to contact the guy, and then I get another new message from him today saying that he's going to still ship me my books next week, and which would be great. I'd rather have the books, honestly, but after all this hemming and hawing, I don't know if he's actually going to. He actually has good feedback on the website, so yeah, I'm hoping I get them, but I don't know. We'll see. Looks like I'm going to win that one. Yay, I'm winning some Fantastic Fours. Cool. Didn't think that was going to happen. No, it wasn't Atlanta. It was what's the guy's name? I made a video about it yesterday. They're showing off the 40 comics that I got from him. I didn't say his name and I didn't reveal it because it hadn't been resolved yet and I didn't know how it was going to go. And so I don't want to leave him any bad feedback or anything until after it's all over. But I even basically let him know I had a YouTube channel, so that thinking maybe that would get him to ship because if you're going to get called out on YouTube, that's not a good thing. but yeah, I don't mind if I end up getting the refund, then that's okay too. I mean, I understand that I overwhelmed the guy, and I might, I may be doing him a favor by asking for a refund because, like I said, he's not going to make much money off of shipping that many books. But on my end, I think I paid him between the two orders. I think I paid him $300 and some dollars. So yeah, I've had a few issues recently with Hip Comics. It's not the website as much as it is the individual sellers, but sometimes it is the website. I had one order I did where the website canceled the order. And so after I went back a couple of days to see if anything was shipping or not, it said my order was canceled. And I never had that happen before. And I'm like, there's no messages, there's no refund, it's just my order is canceled. So I contacted the seller and said, hey, do you know what's going on with my order being canceled? And he said that the website was listing books that they no longer had, that had sold, but for some reason the website was going ahead and relisting them automatically instead of realizing that they had sold. So when he contacted the Hip Comics about it, they went ahead and canceled the sale, but they didn't notify me. They didn't refund my money. They didn't do anything. So the guy went ahead and refunded my money when he realized that they didn't do it. But it was just like bad customer service when you don't even notify me that you're gonna cancel the order before you cancel it. Don't cancel it and just not bother to tell anybody and then try to keep the money or whatever you were doing. And then just a couple of weeks ago, I had another order get canceled. Yeah, and I kind of expected that one to get canceled because the guy was selling books for a penny and his shipping was really low. And I was like, oh, what the heck? It's all through PayPal, so I can get my money back if they don't ship and it's a scam. I can still get my money back. So I ended up ordering like 150 comics, and I think they were only like $40, something like that. And sure enough, a couple of days later, the order gets canceled. But then the next day, I actually got a notification that time from somebody at Hip Comics explaining that, for some reason, the software was listing comics at a penny, and that wasn't right. And honestly, I think the seller just made a mistake, and he didn't have any feedback at all. So I think it was his first time. And I looked him up. He was I think he's on Whatnot as a Whatnot seller or something like that. So, but I thought, what the heck? I'd take a shot at it because maybe it's just somebody, trying to get rid of old inventory or something like I do with my doubles. I just give them away. So maybe maybe somebody's doing the same thing, you know. But no such luck. But at least they refunded my money that time without me having to ask for it. I had to wait a few days for it, but it came back. All right, up to 35 auctions. Now it's worthwhile. 35 wins. Oh, I think Good Karma's been coming back to me like crazy. All these deals I've been finding, and you know, it's weird. You know, I thought I was gonna have to stop buying for a while because I had the mortgage thing coming up, and I knew I wanted to pay the mortgage off, and I wanted to see where I was at after I got done with that. And I spent $10,000 to get my mortgage paid off. And I've since then I've gotten an IRS refund out of nowhere for over $700 from 3 or 4 years ago, including interest that I didn't know they owed me. You know, I do my taxes every year. I get my money back, or I pay in. Usually, I have to pay in a little bit because I'm self-employed. So, I still don't know. I got the letter of explanation in it, and I still don't know why they refunded me $700 some dollars. And then, I thought I was all done with my mortgage stuff, and because they sent me the escrow papers and all that stuff, and I was reading through them, and of course, I barely understand it. But then out of nowhere, the other day, a couple days ago, I get a check for $2,000 that was left over in escrow, and I'm like, then why didn't you pay the insurance? But anyway, but that's okay. So yeah, I get this money's been showing up in my mailbox lately that I wasn't expecting at all. So I've continued to buy because I've got the money. So, and it's fun. And the whole YouTube thing kind of eggs you on too, keeps you going. Thanks, Jason. We'll see you later. Have a good night. Read some comics. They make you smart. This is going a little longer than I thought it would. The auction. I thought the auction was over about 8 o'clock, but we're only up to Fantastic Fours. I must have figured it out wrong. Maybe it goes up to about 9. When I was trying to figure it out last night, it doesn't tell you what time they start. It tells you 2 days and 24 hours from now or whatever. So it was a little bit hard figuring out when to do this. Yeah, well, and the refund was from, I think, 2021. I think it said. So it was like, yeah, I dug my papers out, and it said what I paid in that year. I paid them like $100 and some that year, and now they're refunding me. They just refunded me like $700 and some out of nowhere, and it's like, I don't know if I should cash this or not, but it's like, well, if they want it back, I can just pay them back. And the explanation was we made the changes that you requested to your tax return. And I don't remember asking for any changes to my tax returns. There is some kind of deduction that apparently I'm supposed to get because of my mother. And I don't know. Every time I do the worksheet, it tells me I can't take it. But then, so I don't take it. But then in the last couple of years, I've gotten notices in the mail afterwards saying I could take it and to sign this and send it back. And then they give me like $500 back. So I think that's what it must be from, is they went back and applied that to older tax returns. But I don't know for sure. I'm just guessing. And it's not, something that you want to go asking them about. So, all right. So I'm going to step away just for a second. I got to grab something that I want to show you guys that I've never seen before. All right, it's this. I'll show it when the auction's over, so you guys can see it. But it's have you ever heard of Wednesday Comics? It's a series that DC did back in 2009, and there were 12 issues. But I want to show it to you because it's ridiculously huge. When I bid on these at the auction last week, I thought they were just regular comics, and they are not. Yeah, that doesn't sound like an accounting firm I'd want to do business with, Easy. Just something about the name. All right, let me pull up my Fantastic Four list and see if I have any of these, because I didn't bid on these because they were more recent, but I see nobody's bidding on them. So, and I do like Fantastic Four. That's a collection I'd like to get as many as I can of. 223. I don't have that one. Oh, somebody already bid on it. Sorry. I bid them up 5 cents. 225. You just barely got enough time to look stuff up. Oh, I used to have that one when I was a kid. I remember that one. I got outbid anyway. Oh, there's another one. Same one. Oh, I bid that guy up 5 cents again. Sorry. Can't see the whole screen when you got your list up there to see what you need. $229. Oh, come on. Burlington's back. I used to, when I did auctions like this, I used to wait until like the last minute and then only bid if there was nobody bidding. But then I realized there's other people that do what I do, and if there's somebody already bidding on it, they just don't pay any attention to it. So sometimes you just get lucky if you just go ahead and throw the bid in there too. Ooh, 149. That's a pretty early one. Let me grab that one. No, I swear that guy's just waiting for me to bid. And then one of the things with this guy's auctions too is he'll put up multiple listings for the same issue. And so sometimes they come later in the auction. So you're not sure if you've won it or not. There's one issue in the one from last Wednesday that I did for DC that I ended up buying the same one twice because I bid on two different issues of the same one because I thought I had been outbid on the one and then turned out I wasn't. So here's a good example for this Burlington guy because there's three or four issues of this. I think I won one of them, but now he's bidding on every single one of them. So you know he's a dealer. You know, he outbid me on this one, and there's another one right after it that he also bid on probably. Somebody outbid him on it, so at least he's not going to get that one, unless he goes higher. I'm just going to bid him up. Sometimes they do. There was one auction I did a couple of weeks ago where the guy, yeah, I was getting outbid on a lot of stuff, and then about halfway through, he just dropped out. So I don't know if he ran out of money or just didn't want to spend anymore or what. And then I was able to. I think that's the one I got all those Jimmy Olsons on, where they just nobody was by the time they got that far into the auction, then nobody was bidding on the Jimmy Olsons. So. Guy had a lot of annual number 12s for Fantastic Four listed. Same books keep coming up over and over again. And I'm not sure which ones I won and which ones I didn't. Most of my brother's comics, that they didn't want me to touch when I was a kid were mostly westerns. They had a few Spider-Mans. I remember a Marvel team up with Brother Voodoo and something like that. But mostly they had Marvel westerns and Charlton westerns. And eventually I got them all, but they were, they had destroyed them, not me. They were coverless and stuff by the time I got a hold of them. Still read them to death. How big's your collection, Easy? Do you still have the books from your uncle? Yeah, that happens a lot. I have a friend who had uh loves to tell the story of when he was a kid. He had all the Star Wars toys. He had all the play sets. He had the Death Star. He had the carrying cases. He had all the figures, everything back, from the original '70s runs. And when he was in college, his parents sold it all at a garage sale for like $50 or $100, something like that. And he didn't know about it until he got home from college that they were all gone. That happens a lot, I think. Yeah, 8,000 is a decent collection. That's it. That's good. That's quite a few books. I don't really know how many I've got. I'm sure it's thousands since I've been. It's got to be thousands just from showing the stuff at the channel. I mean, every short box is what anywhere from 150 to 200 books. So, I mean, I must have shown at least 25, 30 short boxes by now, at the very least. I can go count them real quick. They're all sitting right here. Yeah, probably. I'd probably 30, 35, not counting the other ones that I've bought. So, and the ones I already had. So, yeah, I could be right around that number too. I think. I'm not sure. There's a lot of them. Oh man, I was gonna bid up on that one annual and I missed it. There's another trade paperback for $1. Sealed Fantastic Four Season 1 graphic novel hardcover. So if it's a graphic novel, that means it's new. It's a new story. I don't know. Hard to say. I would have got outbid anyway by Burlington. Just like on that one. Gonna shoot his price up there again. Oh, I might get it. I got it at $1.50. He wasn't paying attention. He must have moved on to the next auction. No, he went to $1.75. So I think I missed it. Oh, I'm bidding on this one. See if I win. Looked like I won. Did I win? I think I did. Cool. Giant size Fantastic Four number 6 for $1. Nice. All right. Yeah, this one is. Oh, somebody outbid me by 5 cents. I'll let him have it. And there's another trade for $1. I'm surprised nobody's bidding on the trades, although that's the like all ages one, so it's probably a pretty thin one. Yeah, whoever had this collection really liked Deadpool, Daredevil, and Fantastic Four. I guess that's about all that was in there. Doesn't look like there's anything else coming up in this auction that I'm bidding on. There's a Spidey Super. There was a Spidey Super Stories, but I got outbid on it. There's a 2010 X Force annual coming up that nobody's bidding on. Let me see if I have that or not. Doesn't look familiar. Nope, I do not have it. Let's see if it'll let me bid on it or if there's just no bids because it's not letting anybody do it. Yes, it's not letting anybody do it. All right. All right, I'm gonna back out of that auction and go over to this one, the long box one that started at 9, just to see what's going on over there. There's the book I wanted, Snuffy Smith, but it's already up to $225. Some Beowulfs in there for 99 cents, but somebody's got a bid on all of them. There's some Casper and Spooky, a Cheyenne Kid, Claw of the Unconquered, some good stuff in that one that I am missing out on because their shipping is too expensive. All right, let me jump back to the first auction and see what I actually ended up winning. Oh, there's the Spidey I got outbid on. So it says I won 41 auctions. That's not bad. I started out with, what was it, 61, 62 that I was bidding on. So did pretty good. I didn't, of course, I got a bunch of those Deadpools that I wasn't originally bidding on. So I got outbid on a lot of stuff and then bid on some other stuff to make up for it. But did pretty well. Not too bad. So I'm just going to close that. I'll pay for it later. And then bring me back up so I can show you this Wednesday comics. So this was, like I said, they did 12 issues. This is the first issue from 2009. It was a weekly series that I think was at comic shops, but it's newsprint. It's all like a newspaper. So it's a great big, look at the size of this sucker. This is why it only lasted 12 issues, because it's so dang huge. I got 5 of these in the auction last Wednesday. Got the first 5 issues. And the art looks like it's phenomenal, but it's all done in the style of an old newspaper, funny section, except it's all DC character superhero stuff, mostly. So I'm going to be showing those off a couple of times in the next few episodes. It's just, as big as this New Fun book was, that I was amazed at the size of it. Look at how big this is next to it. See if I can get them. I can't even get them on screen. So yeah, it's just, I don't understand. I mean, I understand that they wanted to do it in the style of a newspaper, but why make it so dang big? You can't even read it, it's so big. But anyway, we'll be showing those off in an upcoming haul video, and then I'll probably do a spotlight on them too because they look really cool. The art in them is phenomenal. It looks like they just, every feature there in there is only one page, but it's continued into the next issue, kind of like Action Comics Weekly used to be, I think. But why they just didn't make it standard comic size, I don't understand. Other than they wanted to make it look like a newspaper, but it's just, that's why it didn't catch on probably. Yeah, that's the amethyst I need. The Princess of Gemworld, the 12 issue series, the original one. Yeah, I need that one to complete the second set so I can send it to my niece. But and yeah, these look cool. I don't like I said, when I ordered them, I just thought it was some comic series that I hadn't heard of before, and I didn't know they were like this. And I got them, in the box with the rest of the stuff. I'm like, what the heck is this? So, but they look like they'll be a fun read because the art is just really fantastic on them. Let's see if I can. It's just very, very well done. I don't know how to get it close enough where you can see it. It's amazing. It's too bad these didn't catch on as a newspaper insert or something where newspapers actually carried them. That would be cool as heck. That would get me to subscribe to a newspaper again. But yeah, they're very cool. I'm gonna have to, in order to film them, I think I'm gonna have to lay them down on the ground and just stand up above them and to film them because they're so big. But they look pretty cool. So that's going to do it for me. I got to get back out and check on my mom. I told her I'd be in here for a little while. I didn't realize the auction was going to go this late. It's almost 9 o'clock. So she's not screaming, so she's probably sleeping. But I offered to live stream this on the TV so she could watch, but she realized how boring it was going to be and didn't want to. So, so thanks for watching, guys. As always, I appreciate it. Thank you for getting me to 200 subscribers. It's all you guys, and I really, really appreciate you being here. I'm gonna keep going. I want to get to that 1,000 and get monetized, and then use that money to, fund the giveaways and stuff to hopefully it'll make a little bit of money if I monetize, or it'll pay for the shipping and stuff like that. So my goal is to try and get monetized in a year, but we're off to a good start. I don't know if it'll keep growing that fast or not. I don't know how many people are out there that'll keep watching this stuff for an extended period of time, but I'm trying to stir it up a little bit and keep things interesting. So every maybe 100 episodes or so, I try to throw something new into the mix just to keep it fresh, but we'll see how it goes. Appreciate that, Easy. If you want to send me something, it's if you need my address, just email me. But you probably have it from the previous box I sent you. Thanks, Brian. Yeah, it's yesterday we actually went up to 205 subscribers, and then by morning we were back down to 204. I don't really understand the whole YouTube algorithm thing completely. It does some weird things sometimes. At one time it just knocked out a whole bunch of subscribers after a few weeks. We were after about a month, I think, and it was like, what's going on? But it looked like the YouTube thing was going through and just kicking out any bot that had latched onto the panel or something. Yeah, I don't know. That's the excuse they use. And so thanks for watching, everybody. Really really. Bubs Comics, thank you. I didn't even know you were here. I didn't see you talk earlier, but thank you for being here. Yeah, Lewis, your books will be coming out soon. And PayPal's easy to use if you guys want to sign up for it. It don't cost nothing. It's just I think they want to see your bank account to verify it, but that's about it. And you don't have to get verified either if you don't want to. I sent money. I think when I first joined, I sent money without getting verified. I'm not sure. Eventually, they want you to verify it, but it's fine. It's easy to use. It protects you when you buy stuff. That's why I use it for as much of my online shopping as I can, because once in a while you run into these sellers that don't want you to send you the 600 comics that you bought. So yeah, I'm hoping, Lewis. I'm that was kind of my goal when I started, and I was like, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, and then this is, it hasn't really taken off, but it's definitely showing steady growth throughout. I look at my little charts that YouTube has, and it's definitely, it looks like a stock graph, where it goes up and down for every day and every month and all that stuff. But it's definitely, trending upwards on all points. So it's fun to watch. It's fun to try and figure out, and I think we'll get there. With your guys' help, you just keep liking and commenting, and that's what drives it, really. The interaction. When I started interacting with other channels, that's when it started growing, and I could see a correlation between me just leaving a comment on a comic book site and people finding my site because of that. So I did it enough times where I'm pretty sure that's what was leading them here. So anyway, so if you have a channel of your own, and you're not experiencing growth, go to the other, channels that are like yours, the comic book sites or whatever, and comment. Just leave comments, and YouTube actually sees that interaction, and I think that's what drives a lot of it. But thank you for watching. Have a great night. I hope everybody's doing well, and we'll see you I guess on the video tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow, I actually have a list. It's the only way for me to keep track of everything, because the I make the videos ahead of time, and then you have the current time, and then you're still planning the future videos, and it's just like it's a little bit crazy. So tomorrow, we're actually doing a giveaway episode, but tomorrow is what's today? Today is the 27th. Yes, tomorrow is a giveaway update because I'm making changes to the giveaway. We're going to slow it down a little bit. It's the logistics of getting everything done isn't working. So we're making a couple changes, which will be announced tomorrow on tomorrow's video. Everybody will still win. Everybody will still get books. It's just going to maybe take a little bit longer. And so see you tomorrow. Thanks for being here, guys. I really appreciate you stopping by, spending your couple hours with me. Go read your comics. As Higgy Pop says, they make you smart. So thank you, guys. Bye.